2 weeks in a row now. Consistency. Do you count that as consistency if you do it twice?
I mean, 2 weeks in a
I
row.
don't even know. Consistency is consistency. Um, where am I hearing it? Oh, I'm hearing the stream. Okay. Welcome everyone. Today, on the second episode of the Royalty Roundup, we have myself, as always, and Vibes joining us, and our special guest.
I'm as
Give
always
him a
as well.
hand. Yeah, I said myself and Vibes, who's here always. And our special guest,
Dezah!
Dezah,
Brain
formerly
dead.
Nibble Dezah, now unknown Dezah. Look, LFT Dezah.
LFT Dezah.
LFO, looking for org.
Yeah, LFO Dezah. Welcome, Dez. Quick thing. Sean is not here today. He had some stuff he had to take care of. He should be back next week to your regular scheduled programming. But yeah, this week it's just the trio, and we're gonna talk about, how dumb Sean is, because he's not here.
Facts, that's
Can't
easy,
figure
bro.
That's topic number one. But how are you doing, Dez? How's things being out in the cold without an organization, out a roof?
I mean, pretty much the same. I'm still, still the same. Me, still creating my content, still streaming, gathering clips for some YouTube videos. Like, I'm still
Okay.
the same. Me. So
That's
yeah,
good.
and I'm doing well as always, dude. So yeah.
That's great. It's hard, like, just getting, like, that transition, even though you don't really feel it. It
Mm.
kind of feels, I don't know, even when we left Big Five, even though most
Yeah.
people came with us, but, like, the CS team went to Vibin, it kind of still felt weird. Because it's like these people that you spend so much time with. I know, like, with myself, with Tianki and these people, I spend so much time with them, and all of a sudden they're under a different brand. It's kind of weird. But, I mean,
Yeah.
that always happens, even when players leave and stuff like that.
Yeah, no, like 100%. Like it's weird, kind of not sitting in those like weekly meetings and like listening to all these guys. Like I can kind of relate with that. But to be honest, like I don't really miss that. Like the like some of these like strenuous meetings you just have to like sit and listen. I don't really miss that too much. Kind of having like more free time and like only focusing on yourself is also like pretty fun. So yeah.
Yeah, and now you have to come on our stuff, and just come waste your time here. Some
Yeah,
promo,
but,
at
but
least.
but I mean, it's enjoyable. Like this is really fun. Like when I saw you guys starting like this podcast, like the series that you guys have going on now, I was super excited because personally, like I love these type of things. Where you just kind of get guests in and just like chat about various topics. Like I love watching those type of things.
Same, dude.
Like on the CS side of things, like probably the biggest one would be HLTV confirmed. Where they have like this whole panel and they get like guests on. Like I absolutely love that. But there's like nothing locally at all. Is like if you're looking across like all the esports, there aren't any podcasts. So I mean, it's like super cool that you guys are doing it, and I hope you guys can like keep it up because it's something that is like a super cool initiative to have in the community.
Yeah, we will keep it up. I mean,
Yeah.
we tipped our toe in last year. We had the Big Five deep dive that I did weekly.
Oh yeah, on
But
YouTube.
that was
Yep.
yeah, and that was more like, I won't say that was more an interview, but it was kind of more an interview than this is. This
The other
21
thing you're
Yeah?
missing is it was also inside of the org only.
that is true. But
Before we
were gonna
left, we
expand
were
to
planning
outside.
on expanding, and you were on the
Yeah.
list.
Yeah.
It was you and Matt that we were thinking about getting.
Oh okay, yeah.
Matt is still on the list, Matt. Just saying.
Mr. Hayes
Yeah,
casting.
true.
Mr. Hayes,
We
Mr.
did
Costa
call
boy.
him out on the thing,
On Twitter.
but
He said he was down.
didn't.
No, he said
Okay.
he was down. I messaged
So-
him about it.
But this is not like that. For those of you watching, this is not going to be a deep dive into Dez's history, unless we have some questions about it. But this is more like everyone brings around topics, and we just talk about that topic. Like if you guys want to talk about Jake Paul or whatever, we talk about that. So it's not necessarily only esports, but it will obviously lean more towards that because all of us are into esports.
Yeah.
So I want to bring up my first topic, right? It's a topic that I just brought up before the stream started, and I wasn't sure if Dez wanted to talk about it, but I do want to bring it up now. Is streamers joining orgs, all right? Now, a lot of the time you see like, why would a streamer join the org? Why would orgs pick up streamers, right? And right now we have it we can see it from both sides now. You're a streamer looking for an organization.
Yeah.
We are an organization, obviously always looking for streamers.
new
This
to
is not
me,
an
yeah.
interview or something. This is not one of those. It's
Okay.
more like, now people can hear both sides of it, right? Because
Yeah.
the thing is, I've had a lot of meetings, and I'll tell you, I've rolled my eyes and thought these people are delusional. Because some people are, right?
Yeah.
And I'll be straight up. I've spoken to people that want 50k a month. And I'm like, brother,
What?
who are you? you stream to 3 people. Brother, you're not you're not bringing in that number, right?
Yeah.
So I'll explain to you why organizations want to pick up streamers, right? And why streamers should join organization. Good organization. I'm not just saying your mother's org that she just started in a, like, I'm not saying that. Proper ones
Tension.
that's been around that knows what they're doing, right? Is let's say royalty has a following of 1,000 people, right? Or 10,000 people, hypothetically, right? We have a reach of 10,000. You have a reach of 1,000. Vibes has a reach of 1,000. I have a reach of 1,000, right? Now, you with your 1,000 viewers, yes, you can get sponsors, but you can't get a lot. Us as royalty, we can get a little bit more than you can because we have 10,000. But together, we have 13,000. Now the all can go out and get even bigger sponsors.
Yeah.
And in turn, then that can help the, you know, the creator as well, which is the point of it. So that's how, like, I see it from my point of view. Now, I'm not saying that, like, they should join for free or something like that, but there should be an understanding. The problem also is what I've heard. Now, I haven't spoken to other CEOs in a while because I don't. Not that I have a problem with them.
Because they all
it's
cuck
just,
at their job and we're better.
no. It's just not all of them are very like front facing, right? You don't see a lot of, you have your Warrens and you have your Sense and you have those CEOs, but like it's not like I run in the same circles. I don't really talk to them, right? I have spoken to them in the past, but not really frequently. So, but I know that what is frustrating to creators and to players alike is if they don't know what's going on in the org, right?
Yeah.
So they
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
see
yeah.
the vision. They don't see like what is going on and what like the management's trying to do. And it can be very frustrating for the management if the creators or the people in the org don't think that they're doing anything. So it's kind of like that's where that open communication is kind of important, at least in my opinion. What do you think? Because
I mean,
you're a creator.
yeah, I 100% agree with you. I think like one of the most important things, like from an org's point of view, is to kind of say like, okay, we have like, let's say you picked up like 5 streamers, let's not add your 10,000 and make that 15,000. Now you have this following of 15,000, but you kind of need to now relay like, okay, this is what we're going to be doing. We're actively doing this, and this is going to benefit you in this way, right? Then everyone's on the same page, and then your streamers are happy. They're going to keep on like keeping on creating their content, and like it also like excites them because they're like, ooh, okay, this is in the pipelines and all of that. But the important thing with that is that you can't like kind of make fake promises and be like, okay, we're
True.
talking to like the biggest the biggest sponsors in the world and all of this, and then they get like so excited, and then time goes on and time goes on, and it's just like is this ever gonna happen? And then there's that awkward kind of conversation. So I would say like the most important thing from an org is kind of like be straight up, be honest, and share what's going on, because I feel like a lot of orgs want to describe everything as if they are like literally picking up the biggest brands, and like everything is going to be
Yeah.
so awesome in a few months, and like just wait with us for a few months, like it's going to be insane. And then you wait those few months, and then it's just like, okay, nothing's happening, like what is going on? So I mean, yeah, I think just like straight up honesty and just being realistic with your streamers would be like a big thing that the orgs can do.
Yeah.
The
I
thing,
mean, vibes. You can also taste it. Sorry. Yeah. you
yeah,
go
what I
first,
wanted to
'cause
say
also-
about that, like in that line, is I feel like that's probably one of the main reasons why some orgs fail, like most orgs fail, is because they bring
100%.
in. I can think of a few examples, but I'm not gonna throw names out there at the moment.
Don't want to be
Um,
This is
I don't
a
mind being
friendly
controversial.
podcast.
I don't care about being controversial,
you
but
get people that like, yeah, this is gonna be this big, and this big. We're talking to these oaks. Like this sponsorship's basically landed, and then they sent one email. And I've seen it happen. I've heard from people. We saw the collapse of one of the biggest orgs in Counter-Strike not too long ago.
no comment.
and then like it you kind of sit back and you think like, what yo Wookie, thanks for the follow, you're cute. You kind of sit back and you think like what are these orgs doing wrong? And then once you're from the perspective of an org, you can see you want to land people, like you want to land streamers, you want to land big names, cause like at the moment between you and like Henry and all of them, you guys are pulling in by far the most views in the Counter-Strike scene. So an org can go out to you and say we're doing this, but it's not happening. And as you said, I feel like in 2-3 months time, you're sitting there like, okay, you haven't provided much for me.
Yeah.
Like and I've grown as a content creator, but what has the org done? And
Exactly.
I feel
That's a big
like
one.
it's the thing of I'm pulling 35 constant, 40 constant, and you can't even get 5 likes, 10 likes on a tweet. So this isn't a mutual thing anymore. It's a thing of, okay, you're just leeching off
carrying
me
the
now.
org
You're
right
leeching
now.
me now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a pretty big thing. Like as you said, if you're like pulling consistent numbers, that doesn't even have to be a 35. It can be like a 20. Like not a lot of people can consistently pull 20 people every stream.
Vibes can't pull 4.
That's facts. That's facts. That's why I'm not signed as a streamer, bro. That's actually it.
I'm joking.
No, you're not wrong.
It's just you're inconsistent. That's all.
Yeah, I don't stream much, but
Yeah. Go on. Sorry, dude.
And you're kind of like building your own brand, but like I feel like if orgs, and I've seen this happen before, it's like they say, okay, put our branding into your webcam, or like sponsor us, like have a advertisement like roller thingy, like the orgs branding popping up every now and again, and it's like kind of okay, that's awesome, but that only works if it's a beneficial relationship. If the org
Yep.
is giving you something back, and like you're giving the org, the viewers and the exposure from like people clicking onto your stream and seeing like, okay, cool, that's a royalty logo. Oh, okay, that's cool. Now we can go onto royalty, see who they are, all of that. But if it's just a thing of like X org is kind of providing you with nothing, and you're like out there consistently like grinding and getting all these views, you're giving like exposure to the org, but the org's not doing anything for you, and that kind of like also creates an awkward relationship, because then you kind of like, guys, you kind of need to give me something. And yeah, it's something that I've seen a lot in I don't want to say only the South African like community,
No,
but
it
like
happens. It happens everywhere. It's just
Yeah.
because I think overseas they've dealt with most of this already.
Yeah.
Right? If you look at 10 years ago, that's basically where we are now comparatively
Yeah.
to like North America, Europe, right? So it's still early days, 100%. And not all orgs have the money to throw around to say, okay, Des, come, here's a salary. They don't.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying to expect that is wrong. I'm just saying that, some orgs don't have that type of money.
yeah, the
That's
thing
just
is like
case, right?
realistically,
Yeah.
I'll.
But, yeah. Oh, sorry, I thought you were
Oh no,
saying
no, I just want to
realistically.
mention
thought
that
you were-
you have like 3 or 4 orgs in SA that can do that. That can
Yeah.
say, and the other thing I
3,
want to
but yeah.
mention is most orgs in South Africa tend to pay salaries or whatever, but they take a massive chunk of prize winnings. That's for
players. I'm
players.
talking
I'm just putting it out
specifically
there. I'm
streamers.
just putting it out there. They pay salaries, but they take more than the salary in a month, so they profit off their players, which is something I
True.
find wrong on a personal note.
The thing is, like, that's a deal that they make and they signed it.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, 100%.
Like I've no if you sign a contract, sorry brother, you should know what's in it, right? That like at that point there's a little bit of responsibility on yourself as well. Like if you come and moan 6 months in and say, "Oh, but you're taking too much money." Yeah, but brother, I made a gamble that you were going to win and you wanted a stable paycheck. So in all honesty, that the game is the game, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
that is not predatory at all in my opinion. And I know
I agree with
like
that.
a lot of people have thought that. Now the thing is, right? Like you said, like both of you said, with regards to teams and how orgs and players and streamers function, I always see things. I feel like I always see things from both ways, because royalty was started because of a lot of bad promises were made back in the day when esports was even younger, 5 years ago, 6 years ago this year. That's when royalty started, because promises were made and not being kept. And that's why I picked. That's why I started royalty, right? I feel like the thing that we do well, and this is not just bigging us up. Chappie is in chat; he can attest to this, and Vibes, you're here, you can attest to this. And I'm sure Dezah, you've spoken to enough players that have played under us. The things that I say, I will tell you if it is 100%. If I think, listen, this is not confirmed, this is what we're working on, but this is not confirmed. This can go south still a million ways, right? And all of you know what has happened recently. I'm not going to call out anyone. I'm not going to say what happened specifically, but
Yeah.
all I'll say is there's a reason I'm back at Royalty. Okay? If I make a promise to a player or to a content creator or to anyone, that means that that is what's going to happen, right? Vibes, you were there for all of it, and that is how I deal with it now too. With our CS guys, with our Rocket League guys, you know, and we have very mutual understanding. If I don't give you anything, don't expect it. I don't expect anything from you, right? If it's a mutual relationship, right, then that makes sense. And that's how it, in my mind, that's how it's supposed to be. And if you don't have the funding of an 80k, a Bravado, a DNMK, a Goliath,
Same
right,
org.
which we don't have, and I'll be straight up, we don't have that funding. We don't, right? That's why we try and do other things, right? We try and be more creative. Okay, we'll do more content side of things. We'll do this so maybe we can attract funding like that, you know, and we can attract streamers that, okay, maybe we can't pay you 50k a month, which you want,
Yeah.
right? But you know, we can advertise your stuff all the time. We can put you in content. We can edit. We can try and edit your stuff. We can
No,
show
we can
up,
definitely
you know,
edit your stuff.
yeah.
It's
I
just
mean,
gonna be
we
me.
can we
Just
can
no-
get, you know,
Any
any of
streamers
our
out there, I'm gonna be editing it.
Stop taking all the credit. No, I'm kidding. But we can do stuff like you want to play with ex-pro player from Royalty, any pro player, cool. We'll like, or not just play with him. You want to make content with Chappie. Okay, we'll reach out to Chappie and tell him,
Yeah.
listen, Chappie, I know you don't like Dezah. I know he's kind of weird, but go carry him in an MM so he can get some content. Okay, cool. You know, it's stuff like that. And again, I'm not saying if you're a small org, don't pick up streamers, right? If you're like, I mean, we're in 5 esports, so I don't classify us as small, and we are in top 5 of all of those. So I don't classify us as that. But if you're like a first division team, you can pick up players or streamers. Just make sure that if you don't have the funding, if you don't have the sponsors, that's fine. Do something, right?
Thing is though,
Tweet out their stream.
yeah.
Try and organize a giveaway, like a CS skin giveaway.
Yeah.
And
Skin Shack.
speaking of CS skins,
I knew this was gonna be the transition. I saw that shit coming, bro. When he said do a skin giveaway, I was like, oh yes, here we go.
we I just want to give a shout out to our partner Skin Shack. Do you have the link? The trade link or the Discord link?
I can
sorry.
get the Discord link.
Wait, I have it. Okay.
Send it in chat there. Skin
Yeah,
Shack.
So Skin Shack is our partner at Royalty, and they do fantastic. When you see the CA's boys play tonight at 8 and you see all the nice skins they have, that's because of Skin Shack. If you wanna trade, okay, I'm just gonna must I send it straight to you, Vibes, because apparently it's blocking it.
do that. Send it on WhatsApp.
On WhatsApp. Okay. Sorry, we interrupt this broadcast just so I can send this. Okay. Go click that link, go and create a ticket. and
If you want
one
any
of
skins.
Yeah, if you want any skins. Create a ticket and one of the traders will message you. Okay. Yeah, they are our skin partner, or like they're just one of our partners. They do fantastic stuff. Dezah, I believe they support you as well.
Yeah.
Or sponsor you?
Yeah. So
That is
so
because he's part of Royalty. That is just because he's
Yeah,
also
that's
a creator
separate.
for them.
That's separate.
Yeah.
yeah. So pretty much if you're looking for any traders, you know, they're way better than like CS Money and all of those guys. So
Prices
if
are
you
way
don't
more
want to be
fair.
ripped off, then go to Skin Shack. That's basically it.
The other thing important to mention is they buy off the main marketplace, all the big traders use. So it's by far the cheapest, and they don't take a very big cut. I've talked to
Yep.
to Sean, who's behind
And,
the whole
and
thing
they're
for the most
upfront
part.
about their cost.
Yeah.
Am I lagging or is Vibes lagging?
No. It's
Okay.
fine. No, it's you.
Okay, it's just a thing. Anyway, so yeah, go check them out, please. They do help us out a lot, obviously, and go get yourself a nice knife. Everyone likes a nice knife. Okay, and
Check
while you're
Dezah's
at it, get
inventory,
me a
bro.
nice knife. Okay.
Crowdfund Jan a knife, bro.
Yeah, just give me a knife. Okay. But yeah. But okay, I can't remember where we were.
No,
before I
wait.
went into that.
Remember we were talking about big orgs
Yes.
and top 5 teams.
Mhm.
Okay, here's the thing, right? You know what's happening
Oh, do we have a
tonight.
topic?
You know what's happening
I
tonight.
do know. Do you know?
2 things are happening tonight. Dez is
Dezah, do you
casting
know?
a relevant game. No, I'm joking, Dez. He's casting
Dez, what are
Vibin
you
versus a Rage Quit.
I love I don't love vibe in the org. I love the players.
I also love the players. But then there's another big
No
game going
offense,
on.
Vibin, I just don't know you. At
I know,
all.
I like
just know
Vibin.
the players.
I've never had a bad experience with Vibin. Yeah, Adzi, they
Yes.
do.
Yes, they do.
Anyways, there is a game
Excuse
on
me.
after this, which I will be casting. I'm sorry to everyone that hates my voice. Is Skin Shack is Royalty versus 80K Academy, right? Which
Yes.
is a pretty big
Well,
matchup.
So, Dezah, right? Okay, wait. I'm gonna go on ESEA's page here, because I saw Mango in a Faceit game. Not
Mango
a
is
yeah,
not
in a
playing.
Faceit game.
Mango isn't playing for that academy team.
Okay, that's what I wanted to ask.
Pretty
yeah,
sure.
I played against Sonic today as well.
Yeah, no, Aaron.
in a first game.
Funny enough, right? I wanted to talk
I
about
want to
this
speak
as
to.
well.
I want to meet Sonic. Sounds like
I want to talk about this as well. You would think Sonic would
pick
own.
one.
You would think Sonic would own, right? But he
Yes.
isn't. He's playing.
Just
He's playing well. Like he's better than everyone, right? But you'd think he'd be dropping
Maybe
40,
he is.
45. He's not. It's weird how he's not used to ZICS anymore, and you can see it.
you think it's that, or he just doesn't really give a shit?
No, I really think he's not used to ZICS. Because the things he says, like in chat and whatever, you realize like he's not used to the playstyle of ZA Pugs anymore.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Have you
Guys
seen
play
like
weird.
he doesn't like when someone swings him. Whose stream was I watching? I was watching. I think it was Blazers. He played against them a few days ago as well, and someone would swing something, and Sonic would literally not react to it because he's like they won't
Just
ever
dry
come here.
peek him or what?
Yeah, they just swing him. They just dry swing him, and I'm sitting there like, this is normal. This is how we play Counter Strike, yeah, in the southern regions of Africa. But
Sometimes your brain can be too big.
no, I'm sure, bro. Anyways,
I agree with that. I think he's used to like a much higher level of CS. Like obviously when he left, Extra Salt, you know, they were a really good team. They were even like boot camping in EU, so he would have been playing like against the top of the top of the top, you know, of the crop, best teams in the world type of thing. So like coming over to us, I can attest our region, like the way that we play, especially in Pugs. I think our team CS is at a really good level. Like I think Sonic would probably 50 bomb if he was playing in a team in South Africa, because I
100%.
mean our teams play really structured and like really enjoyable to watch CS. But in Pugs, it's just
no, it's a different story.
don't really want to curse on this podcast, but yeah, it's you can really think what I want to say. Like it is just something fest. Like dude, anything goes in Pugs. Like it's just crazy. It's the Wild West out here. So yeah, that's probably like why he isn't used to that, because it's just wild, bro.
No, you
it's
have
just literally wild, man.
no. It's you've got like the like under 18 level 10s, bro. No brain around the corner, and here we go. Like that's what it is. They know they're
just
gonna win
aim
the
checking
aim
you,
deal,
dude.
so they just go.
Yeah. They're just aim checking you.
Bro, it's
like, who can
bad.
aim better, dude? Who can aim better,
Who-
bro?
yeah.
And then
Like,
Ferrari beats
What is
you
a deagle?
on banana, and you're like, what just happened? you know. I even saw last night, right? Last night we played against what's that team's name?
Victrix.
With Legion,
Victrix.
Victrix. It's not those guys that had some nutty shots, and I'm
Yeah,
like,
they do.
damn, okay.
And those
And I
aren't high
mean-
level. No, those aren't even high level aimers. Like Burbul, I think.
No, I know, but
Burbul
I
or
mean,
Legion
like,
are the highest facet
and
level, and he's like
Wazza,
6.
He played pretty well.
No, but Wazza's facet level 3, 4.
Yeah,
Like,
I get that.
now
I
imagine
understand
a Oka
but
that
what I'm
has,
saying is,
like,
they have like just got aim.
2,000,
Like, they still have aim.
2,000 level, like 2,000 elo. Oak has 2,000 matches played. Like,
So the question is, which org is going to be the first one to drop a nice little 50k to buy Sonic and win?
do you think it's and win?
No, well,
Probably.
I don't think he would be playing right now. I
Yeah,
think he's
I
kind
agree.
of just like taking a sabbatical, just like kind of seeing what he wants to do, because I think he like knew what Extra Soul were gonna be doing. Like, if he stayed with him, he would have been in complexity right now. So
I
if
would have gone
his
to complexity as
kind
well on my
of
face.
way he wanted to go, uh, would have been like, to stay in esports and like stay on that grind, then he probably would have been in complexity. But yeah, I think he's just chilling, just enjoying like life in South
Enjoying
Africa.
all
mean,
the
I
money
mean,
he's made.
Like,
yeah, like he and JT were in America for what, 4 years now, 3 years, like three straight years or
3 and a
something.
bit, yeah.
2 and a bit, I think.
Just grinding the whole time. So I mean, that can be like so tiresome, just playing. So I think he's deserved a break with like everything that he's achieved at least. So yeah,
Yeah, no, I
I don't
think.
think
Fair enough,
I don't
get
think he's
you.
gonna be playing any local CS.
Here's
anytime soon.
here's my thing. I think Sonic would mean at the moment, in the state that he's in, I think he'd mean more as a coach than a player. And I'm not discrediting the fact that he's probably the best aimer that we've produced. Like, that's a fact. That redhead's fucking aims nuts. I'm sorry. Like, I'm not out aiming him ever in my life. Like, I just have to accept it that's the way.
Facts.
Like,
Facts.
but I think like he isn't committed enough at the moment. Like, if he would want to step back, I don't see him ever being committed enough to ZOCS, already being an NA. But being a coach, however, I could see him providing like a stupid amount of value to a team at a level where no one before TC did. Like that's where I'm
I think you're
at.
very undervaluing how good he is.
No, I'm not.
right?
I'm not.
Because
No,
I
don't
think
think.
he loads into a server right now on a competitive level. I'm talking Prem EACA main, and he's still top frags, 100%.
Against
I think
against
I think the
Ethan
3
and
years of-
Ethan and
I
Ethan and
think the 3 years of
Yes,
grinding
that's
he's
right.
done against people way better. I think that counts. That counts
Yeah.
for a lot.
I'm
I mean, we saw him in that one, didn't he, like a year ago or something, playing some Predator Winter Slam or something, and basically trolled and still top scored the lobby with Massacre and like that weird,
yeah, I know what
team.
you're talking about.
and then they had to FF because he had to go back to America.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, but-
I remember he was
No, but
loading, yeah.
what
Yeah.
I'm not saying that he won't own if he puts the time in.
You 100% don't.
I
He
think
still
he,
does.
like he's not the type of oak.
Just sits on
He's
everyone.
not the type of oak to like. He's not gonna put in. He's not gonna practice 2 hours every 2 days, or like he's never gonna do that again. But I think if he wants to still get that, I don't think he will ever again. I mean, he's what? He's 20, 26, 27, 28. I think he's 28.
Doesn't matter. Taz played until he
No,
was
but that's
30
what I'm-
something.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying the age is the issue. I'm saying he's at a point where in his life where it's not sustainable for him to play only CS. If he didn't want to stay
Not
in,
locally. Not locally.
no, that's what I'm
that I
saying.
agree.
And he's not. I don't think he's gonna go back.
Yeah. No, but the thing is, like, if he wants to, right?
He'll
he
still
can
fuck. Of
play
course,
in South
it's
Africa
Sonic.
casually and still legit just rake in all the prize.
I don't think he'll rake in all the prize money though, because
he
Do
could
you
essentially
think the top team does not pick him up if he goes to DNMK and say, "Give me 10k a month," right?
they
They're
would
gonna
win
pick him
every single tournament.
immediately.
They
Yeah.
would win
are
every
you
single
sure, bro?
tournament.
Really?
Yeah.
100%. They're already a good team, and you add literally the
I'm not
best
gonna-
aimer
I'm
we've
not
ever
gonna comment
produced
on
on
the
these
DNMK.
grounds, and you
I'm
just
not.
prop him
I'm
in,
not
in
commenting
there.
on DNMK. But isn't
And
that
they
what they're trying to do
Any
with
of the
Slowy?
top teams. I'm talking no, but Slowy, dude, Slowy and Sonic.
No, I'm
that's
sorry.
a
Slowy's
big
still the
difference.
best AWP we had.
Yes, but he's not an
Who?
AWP.
Slowly.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, Sonic is kind of pick up whatever weapon I want to, and I'll be kind of like the best of it, the best at it. I mean, but I think Sonic could realistically, literally join like let's say we take Royalty, right? He just replaces someone randomly in that team.
Son,
Royalty will win
fucking
every
bot.
single tournament because
Sure.
he's not only going to be the star player of the team, he's going to take all of that experience that he gathered in NA and with all the EU boot camps, throw that onto those players, make them 10 times better, and that team will become the best.
But that's
in
what
County by
that's
far.
what I'm saying.
But,
like,
but that's not what his ambition is. Like,
The-
I think you can literally pay him 10k a month to coach, not even play.
That's what I'm saying.
And he would probably be reluctant to do it because
I'd rather
Yeah.
pay him 10k to play. If he comes to me right now and he phones me, he says, "Jan, give me 10k, I'll play." I'll go look for money. I'll go and
take
I'll
scrape
work
my
another
pockets.
job.
I'll look. I don't have any more time. I'll go look in between my couch cushions for 10k. And
Yeah.
I agree with you, Des. I just think he frags. Now, how committed he's going to be?
That's my
a different
issue.
story.
I don't think he'll ever
No,
be
100%.
committed. But
It's
you
not
can put
long
him in.
term. It's not a long term solution.
But-
But you will win this year.
just go win the VS Gaming LAN quick and
Yeah.
then mission completed. There you
Yeah,
go.
it happened in League of Legends. We did in 2019. We picked up a retired guy, Kiddo, and we said, "Come play for us this year." He barely played the whole year, and he came and we won.
Yeah,
Just because the level difference is that big.
I feel like if you reach your peak, which I feel like Sonic reached, like you literally don't have to do those grinding sessions anymore. Like you can literally
Yeah.
just turn on your PC, play for 5 minutes, and then there you go. That's you. Like it's literally if he's been playing like since he's been a kid, and like he doesn't even need to do like that aim prac anymore. Like he's it's just built into him now. He's just the human aimbot now, dude. So,
What do
yeah.
you think, like realistically, right?
Yeah.
The skill gap difference between him and let's say me, because him and Vibes, you're level 10, face it, or what are you, 7?
You snarks.
I don't
Say
fucking know,
Dez.
you
Dez
put
is
him
a
with
good.
him.
Dez is a good fact. There's a good level.
Okay, Des. Okay, let's
Dez
say
is
the
level
gap
8.
between him
Yeah.
and you, and the gap
Okay.
between you, what is the drop off between you and? But see, okay, no, you're not a good. Let's say him.
Yeah.
I got you.
and
Jan, I got you. Wait. I got
Someone
you.
in Prem. Let's just say like a 5th place aimer.
Triton.
Triton,
Well,
okay?
What you mean like a good player in South
Okay,
Africa?
let's use him.
Triton,
Yeah,
in
okay.
my
Let's
mind, is Baby
Triton-
Sonic.
Probably Triton, probably one of the best aimers in the country, right?
Yeah.
100%.
Is that controversial?
Oh,
Okay.
110%.
Between him and Sonic, what is the fall off from Triton? How big is the gap?
Okay, I can
Okay.
answer this.
Triton to who?
I've
To
put
Vibes?
Triton.
To me?
To me, it's
Silver?
fucking four times the player. 110%. I think you can put Triton above, like, he's 2 to 2.5 times the player any face at level 10 is. That isn't pro right now.
That
Yeah.
isn't pro. So you're talking like a first
ASMR, Schlappies, I feel like
Like
Dezah should be
further.
level 10, but he isn't.
He's just a content creator, dude. He just does it for the content.
And you can't even use input lag as a difference. You can't use as an
So-
excuse, sorry, because he has
Four
still
times
PC
zero is
setup.
Still 0.
So,
Wookie calling you out, dude.
so I don't know. I would say so. What you're taking Sonic to Triton to let's say like your average
ASMR.
level
No, I'm
10.
saying
ASMR.
how much
basically.
better is Sonic than Triton? So compare Triton to someone else, like what is the gap difference? You know what I mean? You know
Okay,
how they
so-
say a billionaire and a millionaire.
Yeah.
Like you are closer to how much money a millionaire has than a millionaire being as close to how much money a billionaire has. Right? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay, so Sonic's on the moon and Triton's still on Earth. That's that's the difference in my opinion. And I'm not saying because Triton isn't mechanically as good as Sonic. I think like most players in South Africa are mechanically very, very, very gifted. I think like legitimately like we have some very, very mechanically gifted players. Even like these new players coming up, like dude, nowadays like if I'm playing a face like these guys aim, movement, everything. It's like right up
Yeah,
there.
very good.
But what causes the divide is the brain.
The brain, yeah.
But
Oh, and no
it's,
brain.
it's not just that, it's experience, you know. Because the thing is that people undervalue what it means to go overseas. Like look at ATK, dude. No one ever came close to them. No one ever came close to them. I think that Goliath team that was competing with them, that was like
Was
one of the
closest.
best Goliath teams that I've seen in a really long time. And they
This new
still
one's
didn't
better.
even manage to beat them. I think they maybe won like one series, or like they started taking like
I remember.
one map.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah,
they
yeah,
stopped.
yeah.
Like they played a BO5 grand final. They took the first map. Their map
they
pick in
3-1.
overtime. It was like something like 1917. Really close game, and then lost everything else.
Done. Yeah.
So I mean, that ATK team right there, absolutely nuts. As soon as they went overseas, like they it's not that they're bad players,
They
but
struggled.
it's just a completely different environment, completely
100%.
different players. The way that they play the game is also like completely different. So I mean, Sonic's been there for 3 years, so no one locally is gonna come close to him for
I
a
100%
really,
agree.
really, really long time. I think the only players that would come close to him
Mr.
in the near future would be Mr. Manfredi.
Yeah.
Only 2 players.
Yeah.
Only 2
Manga?
players that have the potential to ever really like find that,
Because
you
they're
know,
following
like,
the same
bridge-
path
bridge-
as well,
bridge
right?
the
Yeah, but
gap
Fady,
again.
but
Exactly.
Fady's been overseas for much the same time though, because he was in that original lineup, and then he came back.
Yeah,
And then he went back again, under 80k again when they got signed by Extra Salt, etc.
Well, that makes sense why then Des thinks they're on the same level, right?
I think
Or could be on the same level.
Could be one day. Could be one
Yeah.
day like
So-
reach the same kind of milestones that.
Okay,
Sonic.
But that's
I
why-
figured out how to ask my question better.
Okay. Okay.
If Sonic's a 10,
Yeah.
Triton is a 6, what is a 2? So the same gap between
face
them.
level
What
10.
is a 2? A
Uh,
random faces level 10 guy.
I
Are we
think
talking
so.
pro player or are we talking first dev
Let's-
player?
Let's make it
That's
out
what
of
I'm trying to
20.
figure out.
Let's make
Okay.
it out
Yeah,
of
yeah,
20.
okay,
It
okay.
would make it a bit easier. So Sonic 20, 20 out of 20.
Yeah.
Then I would put Triton at like, let's say 70%, 14. Like in South
quick math.
Africa, he's kind of like the best of the best that you can get. But
Mechanically.
as what happens, if you're gonna go overseas, you're gonna slack because you're not used to like those type of players. So I would put him at like a good 14, right? Even anyone playing in Goliath, good 14.
Yeah.
Then like your average level 10, I would say mechanically they are very close to like these top players, but there's just like this divide. And I feel it's due to the difference in play styles and the experience and the brain power. Like some of these pro players, they would like as Vibe said earlier, like dude, Sonic can't do shit against these kids. Like they're actually like owning him. But the thing is, like he's thinking 10 steps ahead and like thinking what they might do.
And then they do some dumb
whilst
shit.
whilst they're just like ooga booga.
Yeah,
like, go
literally.
kill. Like
Yeah, that's
it's-
literally
it's-
what it is.
that's the problem. But I feel like these let's just take like a level 10, like very intelligent player for the most part and like mechanically gifted and all, but when they go into Team CS they just can't ever reach that level because the game is a completely different game, way more slow down, way more tactical, and revolves way more around team play. Where in a pug it's all individual, you go kill, you go do that, and then you can call for your team
So,
afterwards. Like I've got to
Basically, what you're saying is, if these Ferrari P kids meet Sonic in a BO5,
They're
gonna
gone.
get shit on.
Not even a BO5, one map.
Like after the first game, he's gonna be like, "Okay, so I must hold all these angles because you're just gonna dry peek me like a
No,
fucking
But
Pretty
that's what
much.
I'm saying. Like if you put
crazy
Sonic,
person. Oh,
Sonic isn't okay. Currently, at the state where I think where Aaron is, he's gonna provide the most value he can provide in the ZACS scene is if you put him as a coach, because he's not
Unless you
gonna
wanna-
commit to playing, but he might commit to coaching in my mind. Like if you tell him, okay, you've got 2 sessions a week, 1 hour. That's all you need to do. We pay you $3,000 a month, right? 2 hours,
yeah, I'll
1.5.
probably say so.
You'd probably say yes to that, right? And I feel like he'd provide a level of insight, which if you bring TC back right now, wherever you put that man, he's winning. If you put him on a top 8 team, that team's winning.
Yeah, but he won't win instantly, right?
Within
Whereas
6 months.
if you put him as a player, that he will. The thing is, I've seen this a lot, right? And I'm talking now about League of Legends specifically. We've had a lot of international coaches. They do not know how to coach South African teams. Because like you said, in CS, there aren't as many variables as in League of Legends, right? In League, there's so many variables, and the difference in play style from South African League of Legends to European to Korean to North America to all of them is so vastly different that those people are always unsuccessful in South Africa. Always. Right? And the same can probably be for CS, but not really. Because CS has very strong, like, super simple,
Jan, here's my question to you. Here's my
that you
question.
need to follow.
Here's my
Yes.
question, right? Do NA teams base their play style off Korean teams?
Yes.
So, because in CS, I know for a fact, and I can attest to this. I'm on the royalty group on their CS group. They literally send different EU, NA, etc. teams.
100%.
Like we did this. We're gonna try and play it like this. We're gonna model our Dust 2 after X. We're gonna model.
100%. But like you also said, like there's gonna come a point where you just like gonna forget about all these defaults that you have, and it's a mid round, and you're gonna swing someone banana and try and win the round for you. Because that's the element that you can't really account for, right?
Yeah.
Is the not the 1,000 hours you've played as a pro, but the 5,000 hours you've played as an amateur, right? And that default brain that you're just gonna be like, I'm just gonna swing this guy.
Isn't
I
that
can
why
out-aim him.
Slowy's so good?
It might be, but that's the whole thing, right? it's like people always saying, what was it? Stewie 2K pushing smokes. You'll never do this at LAN,
He did it.
and he still does that
my
shit, right?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Because you know what? Because people
Boy.
undervalue the 5,000 hours before you were a pro. Because that fundamentally is how you know how to play the game. Now you can drill another 5,000 hours, like don't do this, don't do that. But I put you in a situation, and you will still probably do that. Because you've like your mind's like I've had so much success with doing this. Like I'm gonna do it again, right? But I don't want to get too deep in this topic because we could talk about this for hours. What we actually wanted to talk about is our damn game against 80K tonight, and we have 5 minutes before Dezah has to go. So Dezah, give us your rundown. What do you think?
What 80K Academy versus Royalty tonight?
Indeed.
Yes.
Okay.
Tell us how far
So-
we're gonna win.
So okay, I'll start it at a point and then circle back to that. A few days ago I was in Blaze's stream and he was like, "Yo, Dez, who do you think are the top 5 teams in ZA right now?" And I was like,
Careful.
"It's rough. No. Like,
I'm kidding. I'm joking.
it's rough to kind of like estimate because right
Biased.
now we don't have like a set tournament that's already like
True.
you know kind of set out that ranking so far. I mean, ECA main, which is coming up, like it's busy happening. It's happening tonight, obviously. I think that would be like a big one. And then obviously when we get over to VS Gaming,
Yes.
then we can kind of see like, okay, this is the number 1 team, 2, 3, whatever. But at the moment, it's obviously like Goliath number 1, then your Bravado, then your DNMK, and then from there, like that 4, 5, 6, 7, it's like question marks. Like we don't really know. But what I was actually thinking is when Blaze asked me, I said Royalty 4, 80K Academy 5, but that's only because I saw you guys playing against, I think it was Regicide or something,
Owning.
and there was no
Owning.
contest.
Owning.
No contest, like
16-3, I think. Both
Owning.
games or
yeah,
something.
no, 62. I actually
Oh,
actually
62.
casted that game, so
I watched
remember
it on
very
your
well.
stream. I just couldn't
Yeah.
remember.
Owning.
either.
Yeah. So and like the way that you guys were playing, it was like there was just no stress at all. Like everything was just perfect, and you can like clearly see that everything that was
Optimal, though.
happening is
Sean
like
Mosey
well
coaching, by
choreographed.
the way.
Everyone's on the same page. Like everyone knows what's happening. Like if someone's taking one part of the map, then there are certain defaults already in place to make sure that like the round isn't compromised in any way. That type of thing. So I mean, like from a strategic point of view, like I would say Royalty are like at a really high level, but the thing that 80K Academy have that you guys don't have is Vainant.
Yeah.
So,
Vainant?
I mean, so I
Okay.
mean that's kind of like the X factor
Jakubik.
that 80K bring in, with Blaze. Obviously he's got that experience overseas. Now he's coming back, and he's not like quite a Sonic like that's been there for 3 years, and I can like kind of throw all that info onto these like kind of sponges around him and just say, okay guys, this is how we need to play and we'll be the best team for a really long time. But he's got enough experience, but the only thing is like his teammates need time to kind of like buy into their philosophy of like how they want to play, and I kind of just like see how is the correct way to play CS. But anyway, apart from that, like just focusing on their players, I think Malkis is the IGL. I might be incorrect on this, but he has IGL before, so I'm just assuming he is again. He's probably
It's being
one of
switched.
It's been switched.
So what's happening right now is I asked Blaze in Discord the other day. They
You're allowed
like
to leak this.
it's not the, it's like it's pretty common. I'm pretty sure everyone knows this. So Malkis is where Blaze is struggling, Malkis is picking up, and vice versa.
Okay.
So I feel like
So it's kind of like a duo role IGL between Blaze
yeah.
Well, okay, it doesn't really change my points at all.
Yeah, no, it
because
doesn't. No,
Malkis
it doesn't.
is still doing like
it
a
doesn't.
certain degree of IGLing. He's probably like one of the hardest fragging IGLs in the scene at
Facts.
the moment. Like he again
Good player.
in a game which I casted, I can't remember against who they were playing. I think it was XD Gaming. Again, like for me, a really exciting team, top 10 team, like probably right now. He absolutely dismantled them while IGLing. He literally drops a 30 bomb and like won the game 16-7 or something, and it wasn't
Crazy
even a
seeing that.
contest because he was there. And like you don't really see that from an IGL. So
Mhm.
that's the one thing 80K have. Like they just have this
True.
firepower. Like everyone in that team can pop off. I'm not
The
saying
thing is
I'm
that you're
not saying you
taking
guys
into
don't have
account.
that.
No,
it's
no,
fine.
no. I
The thing that you're not taking
110%
into
agree.
account
We don't.
Is Ruben, Seth,
Seth is
Chappie,
no. I'm sorry.
Glitch.
I'm sorry. Seth.
James.
If
also.
Seth is
I'm
feeling it today, that
I'm
oak is
I'm listing
fucking
our team, but,
scary,
just
bro.
Yeah.
interrupt me, dude. Whatever. No, I'm kidding. But we said this last week. The big thing I think with this team, with our team.
Yeah.
As soon as this team starts clicking, right? And we know Ruben and Chappie can make a team out of nothing, right?
Facts.
They did it last year.
Yeah, it's happened countless times before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why I said this is the first
Wait,
team.
you're missing an integral part. You're missing Mr. Godspeed.
And Mr. God, obviously.
He's
obviously, give him
fucking
his
god
respect.
coach.
But if when they put those pieces together,
It's not.
when everything comes together, it might not be now, it might not be in a month, but when those pieces come together,
No, but
Good luck.
Ruben is
Good
probably
luck,
one of the
everyone.
best mid-round IGLs in the country.
I keep hearing that. but,
Ruben's
I mean,
mid-round IGLing is stupid. Like,
The thing again that you guys have in royalty that maybe 80k don't is like you have
Is
one of
a
the
good
most
logo.
K. I mean, 80k's logo is also pretty good,
Yeah.
but you have like one of the most chaotic players in Chappie because he does like the most well, okay, what seems like the most
Right,
random things, but
right.
it's very calculated in the way that he does it, and like it can instantly disrupt anyone because they're like, why is this guy doing this in this certain way? Like this isn't the norm. Why is he doing this? And he's the best at that. That's kind of why I call him like this chaos player because he's just like bringing chaos into rounds like with what he's doing, and it just like totally disrupts teams. And I mean, if he's feeling it tonight, and Glitch is feeling it tonight, and Zon is AWPing well, because I think he's your AWP. He's been AWPing
Yeah, he is
in a few
AWPing.
games that I've watched. So if he's hitting his shots, then I can see it going to 3 maps, like 100%. I can see it going to 3 maps, like maybe you guys winning your map pick, ACK winning their map pick, and then maybe a
Oh,
cheeky
no, bro.
Inferno
This is-
decided
This is South
that's always a
Africa.
banger.
We win
can-
their
do you-
map,
do
they
you
win our
guys-
map, and then we go
Oh,
to
true,
the
true.
decider. Dude, that has happened way too many times in South African CS that I've watched. People
even
just
in
win
Pro
each other's
CS,
maps.
even in Pro
CS,
CS
yeah.
nowadays,
It's like,
same thing.
we pick
same
nuke
thing.
because we're good at nuke. It's like, well, we beat you on nuke, and it's like, okay, well, then we'll beat you on your map, whatever, dude.
Yeah.
But Des, I don't know if you have to go.
yeah, he does.
Yeah,
Yeah, he does.
pretty much
Okay.
now I have to go. So I can set
I
up
just want
the
to sign
things on
you
my side.
off.
Yeah.
yeah. Everyone, go follow Des on Twitter. Dezah, can we put like his Twitter in chat?
We can do that. I'll do that quick.
Please go follow him on Twitter.
I'll
I'm
put his
pretty
Twitch
sure
there
everyone
as well.
that is in here already follows him, but go follow him. Go give him a follow on on his Twitch as well. Everything will be in chat, and then as well, if our game is done first, because we're
We'll
gonna
host you.
beat 80k 2-0.
To
Then we're
quick
gonna, it will be. Come on, dude, it's just 80k.
hour and a
And it's
half,
Academy.
hour and a half game, 45 minutes each. Like don't be
Very
stressing,
fast.
dude.
Chappie has been in. Chappie has been in the chat here. He knows what he has to do.
Okay.
Yeah, and then we'll hit you up with host. But good luck with finding an org. Any org out there listening, go and follow or go and shout him out. Give him a lot of money. Also, this will be going up on YouTube.
Cool.
Also, so his links, vibes. Are you gonna put it in the description?
I'll throw it up on YouTube
In the
as
yeah,
well.
go
If you're on
like,
YouTube,
go
it's down
follow
there
him
as
and
well.
do all that stuff.
Cool.
We thank you very much, Des, for coming out and talking shit with us. I thought we were gonna cover a wider range of things. We literally spoke about like 2 things. So
it was still a lot of fun. I enjoyed
Yeah.
myself a lot tonight. So if you guys
That's it.
ever need like a guest maybe again, like out of a guest, hit me
It's
up.
fine. We'll
I'm
get you
more
back when
than
you announce
keen.
your org.
yeah,
We can talk about that.
Okay,
Oh,
that-
yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, we will do that.
That is a good one. That is a good one. But okay,
Okay,
guys.
but enjoy your stream and thank you again for joining us.
Anytime. Have an amazing evening, gents. Cheers.
Thank you.
Cheers,
Thank you.
cheers.
Cheers,
Cheers.
cheers.